Welcome, dear one. Take a slow breath and let the air fill the belly first, then the chest, then let it flow out like a soft sigh. Place a hand over the center of the chest and feel the gentle rise and fall beneath your palm. The heart is listening. The heart is wise. Right here, we create a quiet room inside where harsh judgment cannot enter. The door closes on blame. The lights are soft. You are not being measured. You are being met with care. If guilt has been heavy, allow it to rest on the floor beside you for these few moments. Set it down like a full bag you don't have to carry. We will tend to it soon with tenderness. For now, simply be here, breathing, supported, welcome. Let the shoulders lower. Unclench the jaw. Release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. This body has done its best to protect you. Thank it. Breathe in for a gentle count of 4. Breathe out for a count of 6. The longer out-breath helps the nervous system settle. You are teaching the body. It is safe to soften. Right here, right now, the heart center opens like a calm window. You are not broken. You are present. You are safe enough to be kind. Say softly, "It is safe to be gentle with myself right now." Let that line sit in the space between your hand and your heart. Say it again, a little slower, letting the body hear the words, and once more, softer still. There may be a voice inside that wants to rush, to judge, to say, "This should be fixed faster." Smile at that voice as if it were a very young part that learned to be strict to stay safe. Whisper back, "Thank you for trying to protect me. Today we are learning a kinder way." Place one more breath right under your palm and feel the warmth gather. Kindness is not weakness. Kindness is strength that does not need to shout. When the breath is steady, the heart center begins to respond. Think of it like a quiet fire that grows with each gentle thought. Your care feeds the flame. Your breath keeps it bright and steady. Give yourself permission to set aside the story for a moment and stay with the simple truth of being here. You are a living, breathing being who is allowed to learn. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to heal. In this safe room, nothing about you is beyond repair. In this safe room, every mistake becomes a lesson, and every lesson can become love in action. If a tightness rises, meet it with a slower exhale. If the mind wants to replay scenes, let them pass by like clouds while you stay with the warm, steady center of the chest. You do not have to fight the thoughts. You can let them move on as you return to your breath. Offer the body a kind sentence. "I am here with you." It is simple and strong. The heart hears it. With the next breath, offer another. "I can treat myself with care today." Feel what happens in the chest when these lines are spoken with sincerity. The body is listening. The heart is learning that it is safe to open. You are not forcing anything. You are allowing a process that naturally belongs to you. You can add a soft, loving line. "I am worthy of a fresh start." Let that land. There is no test to pass. There is only this moment of willingness. Willingness is enough. If you feel restless, let the hands press together over the heart for a few breaths. The light pressure can bring focus. If tears gather, let them come. Tears are the water that cleans the garden. They carry away old dust. Nothing is wrong. Everything is moving. Keep the breath easy. Keep the tone gentle. The heart center is not a place of punishment. It is a place of wisdom. In this place, the truth is kind. Even when the truth asks for change, it does so with love. Whisper again, "It is safe to be gentle with myself right now." Allow the body to melt a little more. Now release the hands to your lap or your sides and feel the contact of the seat beneath you. Notice the support. The ground is steady and carries your weight with no complaint. You are supported by the floor, by the chair, by the breath, and by your own kind attention. This support is real. With each breath, the heart center grows warmer. With each breath, the mind grows quieter. If any doubt appears, let it pass. Doubt cannot stay where kindness is practiced with consistency. The practice is simple. Breathe, soften, speak kindly within. Simple practices done with love become strong over time. Let's anchor this soft opening with a small rhythm. 6 slow breaths, in for 4, out for 6. With each out-breath, allow a layer of hardness to slide away. With each in-breath, welcome a sense of space. Do this gently, with no force. If the mind wanders, return to the warm center beneath your palm. If the heart feels fragile, cradle it with your breath. You are not doing this alone. Life itself is with you as you breathe. Whisper one more time, "It is safe to be gentle with myself right now." Feel how the body responds. This sentence is a key. You can use it any time. When you are ready, open your inner eyes to the next step, still held in this calm space. Keep your breath slow. Keep your tone kind. You are ready to learn about the feeling that brought you here. You are ready to see it through the eyes of the heart. You are ready to let it teach, not punish. You are ready to grow. Let us talk about guilt as if it were a messenger that arrived at your door with a letter in hand. The messenger is not the enemy. The message is not a sentence. It is information. Sometimes guilt shows up after a choice that did not honor your deepest values. Sometimes it shows up because an old rule, learned long ago, is being broken even though that rule no longer serves you. There is a difference between the gentle nudge that guides repair and the heavy blanket that smothers growth. The heart can tell the difference when we listen with care. Today, we listen with care. Healthy remorse says, "I see what happened and I can make it better." Stuck guilt says, "I am wrong at the core and there is no way out." The first brings energy for change. The second steals energy and closes the door to love. The heart center helps us sort them. Place a hand on your chest again and breathe. Ask inside, very softly, what kind of guilt is this? If warmth grows and a clear next step begins to form, that is the gentle nudge of learning. If the chest feels heavy and dark and the mind says unkind words about your worth, that is the heavy blanket we are going to lift with kindness, patience, and new understanding. Think of the heart center as a warm lamp in a room at dusk. When the lamp is on, shadows soften and you can see the shape of things. You do not need bright light to see the next step. A warm lamp is enough. Bring the feeling of guilt close to that warmth. You are not pushing it away. You are not letting it take over. You are letting it be seen. Ask it, "What are you trying to tell me?" Wait with kindness. Often the message is simple. You care about honesty. You care about kindness. You want to feel aligned with the truth. When the message comes, acknowledge it. Thank you. I hear you. Sometimes guilt is tied to a story that is not yours, a story taught in early years. If the heart says, "This rule hurts me," listen. You are allowed to update old rules. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to choose beliefs that support life. The heart center is the place where you bless your growth. If the guilt is really an old fear wearing a new coat, you can say, "Fear, I know you." Offer it breath. Offer it warmth. Offer it patience. The fear loosens when it meets love that does not move away. You are not fighting yourself. You are learning to be on your own side. Let's ask 3 gentle questions, the kind you can write down later if you want. What is the simple truth this guilt wants me to see? What value in me is asking for my care? What is one small step that would honor that value today? The heart answers in plain words. It does not speak in riddles when we meet it with kindness. If the answer is unclear, that is fine. Stay with the warmth. Answers come as the body feels safe. Safety opens insight. Kindness invites clarity. You do not need to force a result. You only need to stay open. You may notice the old habit of harsh self-talk trying to return. When it does, place a hand on your heart and say, I can learn from my feelings without hurting myself. Let that line be a cushion. Then add, I am open to the lesson and I release the attack. This is the path of soft strength. It does not erase responsibility. It makes responsibility possible. When we stop attacking ourselves, we have energy to repair, to choose again, to grow. The heart center loves this path because it matches the truth. Growth is natural when we are not driven by fear. Here are 2 gentle lines you can use anytime the feeling rises. I forgive myself for not knowing what I hadn't learned yet. Today, I choose actions that match my heart. These lines do not excuse harm. They empower repair. They move you from stuckness to movement. The messenger is thanked. The message is understood. The next step becomes possible. If a knot remains, bring it back to the warm lamp within. Hold it there with your breath until it softens. It will soften. Warmth and patience melt knots. If the feeling points to a change you need, let it be a small and steady change. Large jumps can be frightening to the nervous system. Small steps are friendly. The heart appreciates gentle progress. It builds trust with you each day you keep a simple promise. This is how guilt turns into guidance, not by force, but by consistent care. At the end of the day, you may place a hand on your heart and say, I am willing to learn a kinder way. That willingness keeps the door open to growth. That willingness is more powerful than any past mistake. See in your inner space a soft light at the center of the chest, steady and warm. With each breath, it brightens just enough to help you read the message your feeling brought. You can thank the message, you can bless the messenger, and you can let the weight go. The lesson stays, the burden leaves. This is how the heart center heals guilt. It turns weight into wisdom, and wisdom into loving action. Now let us explore how your thoughts and body work together so you can understand the signals that rise when guilt appears. When the mind says harsh words, the body responds with tight muscles, a faster beat in the chest, a shallow breath, or a heavy feeling in the stomach. When the mind speaks with care, the body begins to soften, shoulders lower, breath deepens, the face relaxes. This is not magic. It is how the human system is designed. Thoughts are instructions. The body listens and answers. The good news is simple. New instructions bring new responses, and every kind thought is a healing instruction. Bring attention to the forehead. Is there a frown? Smooth it gently. Bring attention to the jaw. Is it tense? Allow it to unhook and hang loose for a few breaths. Bring attention to the neck and shoulders. Let them drop by an inch. This is how we invite safety into the body. Now bring attention to the chest. Place a hand there again. Feel the steady rhythm. With your next exhale, lengthen it slightly. In for 4, out for 6. The longer out-breath is a signal that says, we can rest. This signal reaches deep into the system. It turns on the body's natural calm. In calm, learning happens. In calm, healing grows roots. Language matters. Words can close a flower or open it. Notice words like should, always, and never. These words often tighten the body. Replace them with softer guidance. I choose, for today, for now. Feel the body's response as you shift from I should be perfect to for today, I choose one kind step. Perfection is rigid and brings fear. Choice is flexible and brings freedom. Freedom lets the chest open and the breath spread wider. This is not a trick. It is simple care in action. Each time you choose kinder words, you water the field of your well-being. Here is a small practice you can use any time the guilt wave rises. Name, soften, Speak. First, name the sensation in the body in plain words: tight chest or heavy belly. Second, soften the breath. In for 4, out for 6, 3 times. Third, speak one kind sentence inside: I am willing to treat myself with care, or I can learn and grow from this. The cycle may take less than a minute, yet it sends a powerful message. You are present, you are caring, you are in choice. Over time, this practice rewires your response. The old reflex of attack loses power. The new reflex of support grows strong. Let us add a gentle body scan that you can do while seated or resting. Start at the crown of the head and move down slowly. Forehead soft, eyes soft, jaw soft, throat soft, shoulders soft, chest warm, belly easy, hips heavy into the seat, thighs at rest, knees loose, calves quiet, ankles easy, feet resting on the ground. As you move through each place, breathe a little kindness there. You may say, "Thank you for carrying me." Gratitude is a balm. The body responds to gratitude the way a plant responds to fresh water. It perks up, it opens to light. When the body feels safe, the heart speaks more clearly. Safety is the soil in which insight grows. If a painful thought appears, meet it with a question. Is there a kinder, true thought I can choose right now? For example, if the mind says, "I ruined everything," you might offer, "I made a mistake and I can make a repair." Feel how the second line lands in the body. It brings breath, it brings movement, it brings options. A kind, true thought does not lie. It tells the truth in a way the body can use to move forward. There is a simple line that can guide your day. My body responds to my loving thoughts. Say it softly, let it echo. Each time you speak with care, the body listens and relaxes. The shoulders lower, the breath deepens, the heart center warms. This warmth does not excuse harm. It empowers healing and repair. It gives you the steadiness to do the next right thing. It gives you the clarity to say yes when you mean yes and no when you mean no. It gives you the courage to forgive yourself and to choose again. If the wave of guilt feels large, bring the practice back to the smallest step. One breath, one kind sentence, one softening in the body. The smallest step taken with love is enough to change the course of a day. Small steps add up. They form a path. With time, the path becomes your new normal. You are not pretending to be calm. You are teaching your body how to rest in the truth that you are allowed to heal. You are not pushing away your feelings. You are meeting them with the strength of gentle care. Offer the body one more blessing. Thank you for all the ways you try to keep me safe. I am learning to keep me safe with kindness. Feel how that lands. The heart center hears it and glows a little brighter. The body receives it and loosens its grip. Guilt loses its sharp edge. It becomes a guide instead of a jailer. This is the power of the mind-body connection held in love. This is your power, here, now, in your breath, in your words, in your gentle hand over your heart. Let's map a gentle path that the heart understands. Soft structure brings safety. Safety brings insight. Insight brings loving action. This path moves in 4 simple steps. First, the body is guided into ease so the nervous system can listen. Second, the feeling is met with care so it can speak. Third, self-forgiveness opens a door to truth and new choices. Fourth, repair and daily anchors weave the lesson into life. These 4 steps are a circle, not a straight line. The circle can be walked at any pace. It is friendly to pauses, to rest, to not knowing. Each time the circle is completed, the heart grows more trusting, the mind grows more kind, and the body grows more steady. Begin with settling. When the body settles, the inner room becomes quiet enough to hear a wise voice beneath the noise. Calm is not a luxury. Calm is the ground on which healing stands. Settling is not about perfection. It is about softness and breath. It is about letting shoulders drop and lengthening the out-breath so the system knows we are safe enough to learn. In this step, postures are relaxed, breath is guided, and a warm hand over the chest reminds the whole being of care. The goal is simple: create a climate where gentleness can work. Then comes meeting the feeling. This step is often skipped, yet it is where the knot begins to loosen. Meeting the feeling does not mean reliving every scene or drowning in old stories. It means naming what is here right now: tightness, heaviness, heat, shakiness, restlessness. The body's language is simple and honest. When you name the sensation without attack, you invite the feeling to tell its message. That message is almost always about values: honesty, kindness, fairness, boundaries, truth. Meeting the feeling with care transforms it from a judge into a guide. The third step is self-forgiveness and choosing again. This step brings a fresh breeze into the room. It is a choice to release the belief that being harsh creates goodness. Goodness is built by alignment, not by self-punishment. In self-forgiveness, the act is seen clearly, the lesson is claimed, and the heart is freed to choose a value-aligned step. A simple line helps: I forgive myself for not knowing what I hadn't learned yet. Today, I choose actions that match my heart. This is not a loophole to avoid responsibility. It is the gateway to true responsibility made from love. The fourth step is repair and integration. This is where healing becomes action that the world can feel. Repair may be a small apology or a simple change in behavior. Integration is how a lesson becomes part of daily life. It might be a nightly gratitude note that honors growth, a morning breath routine that sets the day's tone, a boundary stated with clarity and kindness, or a weekly check-in where you ask, what value wants my care now? These anchors weave safety into the hours. Safety supports wisdom. Wisdom supports healing that lasts. Each step is a kindness to the mind and body. Settling says, your comfort matters. Meeting says, your voice matters. Self-forgiveness says, your worth is steady. Repair and integration say, your growth is real. When the 4 steps are practiced with patience, guilt changes shape. It becomes information and energy for better living. This does not erase the past. It transforms how the past lives in the body. Instead of a stone in the chest, there is space. Instead of a knot in the stomach, there is breath. Instead of a voice of attack, there is guidance. Let this be a friendly map you can carry. You do not have to do it perfectly. You only need to keep it simple and kind. If you feel lost, return to the first step. Settle. If you feel overwhelmed, return to the breath. In for 4, out for 6. If the mind is harsh, place a hand on the heart and say, I am willing to learn a kinder way. Willingness is enough to begin again. The heart respects willingness. The body softens when it hears it. The mind quiets when it trusts it. There is a rhythm to this path, like the tide. Some days you may move through all 4 steps in a few minutes. Other days, the second step may ask for more time and patience. Trust the pace that supports your nervous system. Growth made in safety lasts. Growth made in fear collapses. You are building something steady and true. You are creating an inner home where lessons are welcomed and love is the teacher. For today, let the 4 steps rest in your awareness. Settle, meet, forgive and choose, repair and integrate. Let them feel like 4 soft stones in a pocket, smooth and helpful. You can reach for one at any time. You can carry them anywhere. When the feeling starts to rise, the stones are there. When a memory visits, the stones are there. When a new chance appears, the stones are there. Whisper this line as a blessing to seal the map in your heart. I am willing to learn a kinder way. Say it slowly, let it echo, let it settle in the chest like a warm light. Now we begin with the first step in a fuller way. Allow the whole system to find ease. The body loves clear, simple guidance. Sit in a way that is stable and gentle. If seated, let the feet meet the floor and feel the ground through the soles. Let the seat hold your weight. Let the spine be long but not stiff, as if a golden thread lifts the crown lightly. Rest a hand over the center of the chest. The touch itself is a signal of care. With care, the body listens. With listening, the nervous system softens. With softness, healing begins to flow. Breathe in through the nose for a count of 4. Pause softly. Breathe out through the nose or mouth for a count of 6. The longer out-breath tells your inner system, we are not under threat. Do this 6 times steady and smooth. If counting feels tense, drop the numbers and simply lengthen the out-breath a little. The point is ease, not control. Let the jaw relax. Let the eyes soften. Let the shoulders sink by an inch. Let the belly rise on the in-breath and fall on the out-breath like a small wave washing the shore. Say quietly, it is safe to soften. Feel how the body responds to that truth. Settle the posture the way you would settle a blanket over a child. No sharp corners, no tight tucks. If the lower back wants support, offer a cushion. If the neck wants length, lift the crown and let the chin draw back a touch. When the body is positioned with kindness, the heart center opens. The brain receives steady signals of safety from the breath, the muscles, the joints. This is not a trick. It is biology partnering with love. Love speaks in a language the body understands. Warmth, softness, time, breath. You may notice a flutter in the chest, a tight band around the ribs, or a restless energy in the legs. Let the breath meet each place like warm sunlight meeting morning frost. You are not forcing the thaw. You are providing the conditions for thaw to happen. In for 4, out for 6, or simply in softly, out more softly. If a thought says, this is not working, smile gently and return to the feeling of your hand over your heart. There is a steady pulse under that hand. Life is here. Life knows how to calm when kindness leads. Add a quiet rhythm with your hand. On the in-breath, a light press. On the out-breath, a slight release. This rhythmic touch is a bridge between mind and body. It tells the heart center, I am with you. It tells the breath, here is the pace. It tells the nervous system, we are not in danger. When the system believes this message, the stress response lowers. The thinking mind loosens its grip. The inner room brightens. In this brighter room, guilt cannot dominate. It can be held and heard. Let a simple line accompany the breath. Soft belly, warm heart. On the in-breath, think soft belly. On the out-breath, think warm heart. Repeat for a minute or 2. This pairing invites the diaphragm to relax and the chest to open. If thoughts wander, they will. Gently bring them back to soft belly, warm heart. This is training with tenderness. It is not about forcing attention. It is about returning attention kindly again and again until the returning becomes natural. If restlessness rises, try a small sway, front to back, side to side, like a tree in a soft breeze. Keep the sway small. Let it be soothing. Movement can help the body discharge excess energy so stillness can return. Or try pressing the feet into the floor on the in-breath and releasing on the out-breath. This gives the body a sense of agency and grounding. Grounding reduces the spin of anxious thoughts. In grounding, the body says, I have support. The mind hears and responds. Offer 3 tender sentences, 1 on each exhale. I am here. I am listening. I choose kindness. Feel them drop into the chest like pebbles into a clear pool. Watch how the ripples spread through the arms, the belly, the face. Words are medicine when chosen with care. These lines are simple and honest. They require no belief in anything complicated. They ask only for presence and sincerity. Presence and sincerity are more than enough. You can set a small timer for 2 to 5 minutes and practice this settling 2 or 3 times a day. Short and consistent is more helpful than long and rare. Over time, the body will learn the path into ease more quickly. The door to the inner room will open with less effort. The warm lamp of the heart center will brighten with fewer breaths. This is how trust is built. Repetition in kindness. You are teaching your whole system that you are a safe place to be. Close this step with one more slow breath and a line to seal the practice. Peace grows here. Let the words touch the chest from the inside. Let them linger. Let them guide the next minutes of your day. When ease is present, the next step, meeting the feeling, can unfold without force. The ground is ready. The room is quiet. The heart is warm. Now the message can be heard. Now we welcome the feeling itself, not the story about the feeling, not the inner trial, the feeling. Place a hand over the heart again. Keep the breath soft and steady. Invite the feeling of guilt to stand in the gentle light of your heart center. You are not pulling it closer with force. You are not pushing it away with fear. You are allowing it to be here, in a room where kindness is the rule. Say quietly, "This can be felt." The body understands those words. They are a doorway. Begin with simple naming. Scan the body and describe what is here in plain language, like a friendly reporter. Tight chest, heavy belly, warm face, cool hands. Naming sensations helps the mind return to what is real in this moment, rather than spinning in stories about the past or the future. Sensation is present tense truth. Truth calms the mind when it is held with care. If a sensation is strong, soften around it by relaxing the muscles just beside it, like loosening the edges of a knot without tugging the knot itself. Now add a phrase that brings compassion. "This is hard, and I'm here." Or, "This is heavy, and I'm here." Feel how the body receives a statement that includes both reality and support. It is honest and kind. Honesty without kindness can wound. Kindness without honesty can feel hollow. Together, they create a steady bridge. Cross that bridge with your breath, slowly, gently, one step at a time. If tears come, they are part of the body's way of releasing pressure. If yawns come, that is a nervous system shifting toward ease. If nothing seems to happen, the practice is still working. You are building trust by not leaving yourself. You do not have to retell every event linked to the feeling. If scenes arise, let them drift past like birds moving across a wide sky. What matters is the message the feeling carries. Ask in a whisper, "What value are you showing me?" Wait longer than the mind wants. Often a single word will surface: honesty, care, truth, fairness, boundaries. When the word appears, breathe it into the heart center. Let it glow there. This is your inner compass speaking. Guilt, when met with love, gives the compass back. There may be a second layer beneath the first. Sometimes what feels like guilt is another feeling wearing a mask. Fear, grief, shame. Meet whatever appears with the same soft light. Name it, soften around it, offer it breath, offer it a kind sentence. You can be here. I will not attack myself. I am listening. As each layer is met, the system learns that nothing inside has to be hidden. Hidden feelings harden, met feelings move. If the mind starts to attack with harsh words, let those words become sounds that pass by. Return to the body. Return to sensation. Return to the breath. Place a hand on the heart and one on the belly, and breathe so both hands rise and fall. This resets attention to what is gentle and real. Add a line that respects your humanity. I can learn from this without hurting myself. Repeat it 3 times, a little slower each time. The nervous system responds to repetition paired with calm rhythm. Rhythm is soothing. Soothing allows insight. When a message becomes clear, perhaps an inner nudge to tell the truth, to set a boundary, to make a small repair, write it down in a single line. Keep the line simple. Complex language creates distance. Simple language creates action. You might write, "Truth matters to me," or "Care matters to me," or "I choose a gentle boundary." These lines are seeds. Plant them in the heart. Water them with breath. Tend them with daily steps. Seeds become a garden when they are tended, even in tiny ways, day after day. If confusion lingers, ask 3 soft questions and let the heart answer in its own time. What is the simple truth here? What is my value in this? What is one small step that honors this value today? Do not rush to fill the silence. Silence is fertile. Answers rise in silence the way spring rises from winter ground. Trust that what you need will come. Trust that you will recognize it by the way your body relaxes when it arrives. The right next step brings a little more breath, a little more space, a sense of alignment like 2 puzzle pieces finding their fit. A gentle affirmation can hold the door open while you wait. Kindness reaches the places that hurt. Speak it as if speaking to the tenderest place in your chest. Let it be a lullaby for the hurting part. Another line to use when the feeling swells. I can hold this without hurting myself. Each time you say it, you prove it by staying. Each time you stay without attacking, trust grows. Trust is the soil in which new choices grow. New choices change the shape of your days. Close this step by thanking the messenger. You might say, "Thank you for showing me what matters." Gratitude does not mean you enjoyed the pain. Gratitude means you recognize the gift inside the pain. When the gift is seen, the pain can soften. When the pain softens, the path opens. Keep your hand over your heart for a few more breaths and let the warmth of your palm seal the work. The body feels the warmth and says, "We are safe." The heart hears the warmth and says, "We are loved." The mind notices the warmth and says, "We can choose." Let the heart hear this truth. Forgiveness is a daily choice to treat yourself as someone worth caring for. Self-forgiveness is not a stamp that erases history. It is a doorway that lets light in so growth can happen. Place your hand on your heart and breathe. See the difference between a past action and who you truly are. Actions can be out of alignment. The true self is always ready to learn and choose again. Whisper a kind line that opens the door. I forgive myself for not knowing what I hadn't learned yet. Let that line rise from the chest and spread through the ribs like warmth. The nervous system softens when it hears honesty joined with compassion. Honesty without compassion closes the body. Compassion without honesty floats away. Together, they create ground you can stand on. Bring to mind one moment that still pulls on your chest. Stay with the body more than the memory. Feel the breath move where the tightness lives. If the mind starts to list all the reasons to stay punished, offer a steadier truth. I can learn without attacking myself. Let that be the rhythm. Inhale, I can learn. Exhale, without attacking myself. Repeat this rhythm a few times until the edges of the feeling loosen. You are not giving yourself a pass. You are giving yourself a path. Punishment often freezes the heart. A path invites movement, courage, and repair. Self-forgiveness does not erase responsibility. It powers responsibility with love. Now speak directly to the part of you that still holds the weight. Use simple words. You tried to protect me with old habits. Thank you for trying. Now I lead with care. Every part inside longs to be seen and included, not shamed and banished. Inclusion is not endorsement, it is stewardship. When an inner part is met with kindness, it calms and becomes teachable. Teachability is the heart of change. Give this part a new job. You can help me notice when I drift from my values. When you notice it, we will breathe and choose again. The body responds to clear roles and calm tone. The whole inner house becomes safer when every part is guided with love. Write a 4-sentence note to anchor this step. Keep it short and firm. I release the belief that punishment makes me good. I learn the lesson with care. I choose a value today. Name the value: truth, kindness, fairness, boundaries. I live this value in one small act. Read it aloud. Let your voice be even and warm. The voice you use with yourself teaches your body how safe it is to grow. A harsh tone makes the body hide. A gentle tone brings it out of hiding. Each time you read the note, you remind your system that you have a direction and that you belong on your own side. Add a breath ceremony to seal the choice. Inhale and think, I forgive. Exhale and think, I choose. Do this 6 times. On the last out-breath, rest in the soft echo that spreads across the chest. The mind might ask for proof that forgiveness is real. Give it proof through action, not argument. Choose one small behavior today that matches the value you named. If the value is truth, tell a simple truth with kindness. If the value is kindness, offer yourself a kind pause before speaking. If the value is fairness, make a balanced decision even when fear wants control. The body learns best from what you do. Each congruent act is a message to the nervous system. Safety is growing here. When shame tries to return, it often carries old phrases. Replace them with kinder, truer lines. Where it says, "You are the mistake," answer, "I made a mistake, and I am learning." Where it says, "You do not deserve peace," answer, "Peace helps me do what is right." Where it says, "You must pay forever," answer, "I take responsibility in ways that heal." Speak these lines with steady breath. Place a hand on the chest while you do it. Touch helps words sink into the body. The heart believes words that are paired with warmth and rhythm. Let the heart now move from forgiveness into choosing again. Choosing again is how forgiveness becomes real. Ask softly, "What matters to me now?" Wait for a one-word answer from the heart, not a long speech from the mind. The heart speaks in simple words that carry weight: truth, care, patience, respect, clarity. Pick your word and write it at the top of a small card. Below it, write one sentence that shows how this value looks in action today. Make it ordinary and doable. The ordinary builds the extraordinary. Big leaps can startle the nervous system. Gentle steps build trust. Close this part with 3 affirmations that lay new tracks. I forgive myself with care. I choose actions that match my heart. I am safe to learn and grow. Say each line 3 times, slower each round. Feel the chest ease and the breath lengthen. These lines are not magic spells. They are kind instructions. The body follows kind instructions with more ease than it follows harsh commands. Over days and weeks, these lines become the inner weather you live in, milder, kinder, brighter. Let the practice now move into repair and integration, where love becomes visible. Repair is a bridge from past to present. Integration is how new learning becomes your daily way. Begin by asking, is there a small step that would help heal what hurts? Keep small at the center. A brief apology given with sincerity can do more than a grand speech performed with fear. A simple change in behavior can say more than many promises. A boundary spoken calmly can restore balance without drama. The heart respects small, clear, consistent steps. They build trust inside yourself and with others, brick by brick. Write out a gentle plan that covers the next day and the next week. For the next 24 hours, choose one act that honors your value. For the next 7 days, choose one repeating anchor that keeps you aligned. If the value is truth, the act may be a clear, kind message. The anchor may be a nightly check-in where you ask, "Did I speak truth with care today?" If the value is kindness, the act may be a pause before responding when emotions rise. The anchor may be a morning breath ritual and one kind sentence in the mirror. Keep your plan written and visible. Seeing your promise steadies the mind and body. Use the body to support repair. Before a conversation, breathe in for 4 and out for 6 3 times. Rest your hand over the heart and feel the warmth. Say quietly, "I bring care with my words." Enter the talk with a slow pace and soft tone. If emotions rise, pause and breathe. You can even name the pause. "I want to honor this well. I am taking a breath." Steady pacing is a gift to both sides. Steady pacing tells the nervous system we can navigate this with care. If repair is not possible with another, you can still repair within. Apologize to your own heart for the ways you have been harsh. Promise to protect it with better choices and true boundaries. Inner repair matters. It changes the way you stand in the world. Boundaries are part of integration. A boundary is a loving fence that protects the garden so it can grow. The fence does not attack, it defines. Speak boundaries with calm words and short sentences. "I am not available for that. That does not work for me. Here is what I can do." Practice these lines aloud so your body learns their shape and steadiness. A boundary delivered with care nourishes the heart center. It keeps guilt from forming out of overgiving or self-betrayal. When guilt arises because you stepped over your own line, bring kindness, reset the fence, and begin again. You're allowed to adjust as you learn. Create daily anchors that weave healing into small moments. On waking, place a hand on your heart and speak one line that sets your direction. "I choose gentle truth today." Take 3 slow breaths before you touch your phone or step into tasks. At midday, pause for 1 minute. Eyes soft, jaw relaxed, shoulders low, and say, "I return to my center." In the evening, write 3 sentences about growth you noticed, even if it is small. "I paused once before speaking." "I corrected myself with kindness." "I kept a boundary without blame." These small notes train the mind to see progress instead of only problems. The body relaxes when it sees progress. Relaxation allows more progress. This is a good circle. If guilt flashes during the day, use a tiny 3-step plan. Stop, soothe, choose. Stop for 1 breath. Soothe with a kind sentence and a hand to the chest. Choose 1 small action that matches your value. This plan can be done in less than a minute on a busy street, at a desk, in a kitchen, anywhere. Healing that fits into real life lasts. Each quick cycle builds trust. You can meet a feeling and direct yourself with care in the flow of daily life. Trust is what lets deeper layers heal in their time. Let a few brief affirmations anchor this section. Small steps create deep change. My repair is steady and sincere. My boundaries protect my peace. Speak them softly as you breathe out. Let them become part of the way your chest moves, part of the tone you use with yourself, part of the air around your choices. When words and breath and action agree, the heart center shines. In that light, guilt cannot rule. It can only whisper a lesson, and then it quiets. Gather now a gentle library of tools you can reach for any time. Keep them simple, keep them kind, keep them close. Start with mirror work. Stand or sit where you can meet your own eyes. Breathe until your face softens and your gaze is steady. Speak a line that is both loving and believable. I am learning to be on my own side. Let the eyes take in the truth of your face as you speak. If this brings up emotion, let the breath hold you. Add a second line when ready. I am willing to bring kindness to my choices today. These two sentences, spoken for a minute in the morning, change the tone of a day. The body remembers the face, the voice, the softness. It will look for ways to live what you said. Use gratitude as a gentle power. Each night, write 3 small notes. Focus on growth, not perfection. I paused once before reacting. I noticed my breath and softened my shoulders. I told the truth with care. Gratitude for growth builds a mind that looks for possibility. A mind that sees possibility protects the heart from drowning in old guilt. The nervous system relaxes when it feels seen for progress. Relaxation opens space for even better choices tomorrow. This is not positive thinking that ignores pain. This is accurate seeing that includes goodness. Create a trigger plan for moments when guilt surges. Triggers can be a sound, a place, a memory, a look. When a trigger appears, run your plan without debate. Hand to heart, one long out-breath, one kind sentence, one small choice that honors your value. If possible, step aside for 60 seconds and do a tiny body scan from forehead to feet, relaxing each place by 2%. 2% is small enough that the tense system says yes. Small yeses build bigger yeses. Write your plan on a small card. Hand, breath, kind sentence, small action. Keep the card in a pocket, on a desk, near a bed. The card is a friend, not a rule. Friends remind without shaming. Keep a values card too. At the top, write your chosen value for this season. Beneath it, write 3 behaviors that show it. If the value is truth, speak clearly. Say, I don't know, when unsure. Correct myself kindly. If the value is kindness, pause before replying. Use simple words. Rest when overwhelmed. Look at this card morning and night. The brain loves cues. Cues reduce decision fatigue and help you act from choice rather than habit. Choice aligned with values heals guilt at the root. Add a body-based tool called coherence breath. Sit tall with a soft belly and breathe into a slow count of 5 and out to 5 for 2 minutes. Match the length and let the breath be smooth. While breathing, think of a moment of ease, a cup of warm tea, a kind word, a quiet morning. Let the feeling of ease settle in the chest. This combination of even breathing and gentle emotion brings the heart, breath, and brain into a friendly rhythm. In that rhythm, it is easier to speak kindly inside, to choose a good step, and to carry out repair with grace. Create a heart checklist for your day. 3 items is enough. 1. Did I breathe before a hard moment? 2. Did I offer one kind line to my body? 3. Did I choose one small action that matched my value? Check the boxes at night. If a box is empty, place a hand on the heart and say, I will try again tomorrow. Then write one way you will support yourself more clearly next time. A checklist becomes healing when it is used as a friend, not a judge. Judging collapses energy. Friendly structure builds energy. Hold one more tool for tough moments. Ground, gaze, gesture. Ground by feeling your feet or seat and pressing gently down. Gaze by softening your eyes and widening your view to include the edges of the room. Gesture by placing hand to heart or belly, one steady touch that says, I am here. This 3-part move tells your system, we are safe enough. In safety, the wise part of you can lead again. In safety, the lesson from guilt can be honored without drowning in it. As you gather these tools, speak a few lines to bind them into your day. I keep simple supports close. I choose structure that is kind. I trust steady practice more than sudden force. Let the body hear these lines as you breathe. The heart relaxes when it knows help is near. The mind settles when it has a plan. The nervous system softens when touch and breath lead the way. With these tools, you are not at the mercy of old storms. You carry shelter within. Now let the journey come to a bright and gentle close. Not an end, but a turning toward your life with more light. You have learned to create a safe inner room where the heart center can guide you. You have learned to settle the body so wisdom can be heard. You have learned to meet feelings with care, to forgive with honesty, to choose again with values, and to repair with small, sincere actions. You have gathered tools that fit into real days, mirror words, gratitude notes, trigger plans, values cards, coherent breath, and a short checklist that keeps you aligned. This is a living practice. It grows with you. Guilt no longer has to be a heavy chain. It can become a gentle teacher that points to what matters. When it appears, you will breathe, place a hand on your heart, and ask, "What is the message?" You will listen for the value beneath the feeling. You will choose one small step that fits your day. You will speak to yourself as someone worth loving. This is how healing becomes your way, not just a moment. This is how peace takes root in the body, word by word, breath by breath, step by step. Let the heart receive a final blessing. Sit for a few breaths and let the chest rise and fall like a calm tide. Say softly, "Healing grows where kindness is practiced." Say, "My heart knows the way to peace." Say, "I am worthy of a fresh start." Speak each line 3 times, slower with each round, allowing the body to absorb the meaning. The meaning is simple. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to be kind to yourself while you do it. Kindness is not a reward you earn. Kindness is the ground you stand on while you learn. Carry a 7-day promise forward. Each day, give yourself 5 quiet minutes. Hand to heart, long, easy out-breaths. 1 kind line, 1 value named, 1 small step written and done. In 7 days, the inner weather shifts. In 7 days, the body begins to trust that care is real. In 7 days, guilt loses its sharpness and becomes guidance. Keep going. Let small be enough. Let steady be sacred. Let love be your method. Before you move on, thank your own courage. It takes courage to turn toward pain with care. It takes courage to speak gently when fear urges attack. It takes courage to offer repair when shame says hide. That courage lives in you. It does not arrive from outside. It grows each time you choose 1 kind breath, 1 honest word, 1 soft boundary, 1 small repair. You are building a life shaped by gentle strength. Gentle strength can hold anything. As you rise, place a hand on your heart once more. Feel the steady beat. Feel the warmth under your palm. Speak a closing truth that seals this work into your day. Peace grows here. Let the words spread through your chest and out into your life. Walk with the ease of someone who knows the way back to center. If the wind turns cold, you know how to make a warm room inside. If old stories call, you know how to meet them with breath and kindness. If new choices ask for courage, you know how to find it by aligning with your values and taking 1 small step. This is your path forward, a heart-led practice that turns guilt into guidance, confusion into clarity, and harshness into gentle strength. You are safe to begin again as many times as needed. You are safe to grow slowly. You are safe to heal. Let the day ahead be blessed by the love you offer yourself now. And if you want a final set of words to carry in your pocket, let them be these. I am kind to my heart. I learn and choose again. I live my values in small steps.